Okay, so this week is Thanksgiving.
Ready or not.
Ready or not. So this is a season of gathering, a season where we get to remember what we're grateful for.
Yeah.
And it really just struck us with this verse. We've referenced it a lot recently, but Colossians 3:12-15, where it says, "Put on then as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other as the Lord has forgiven you. So you must also forgive. And above all these, put on love, which binds together everything in perfect harmony, and let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful." And I really think this just sets away a stage where you can gather differently and you can celebrate differently with those whom you love who are around your table this Thanksgiving season.
Definitely. And, we love the idea of gratitude becoming a way of being.
Right.
It's just not just something that we do or think about. It's a different way of living our lives. And like you said, it's a different way of gathering with our loved ones too. And it really and truly can increase the joy that we experience, deepens intimacy, and just overall, especially in a marriage, just improves this, or even creates this healthy cycle of mutual appreciation, so that we are not focusing on the negative, but instead we're choosing on a daily basis, sometimes an hourly basis, to focus on the positive, focus on what we already have.
Right. And this doesn't come naturally to us.
No.
I mean, as humans in general, these are not things that just flow out of us. And so we love what Paul writes here in Colossians, that you have to put on these things.
Yes.
You have to choose these things, that the grass is not greener, someone else's family is not better, your partner is not more helpful in some other fashion, right? That your grass is greenest where it's watered, right? And so how do we do that? How do we put on these things of, to read them again, kindness, humility, meekness, patience, and then thankfulness?
Yeah, and it's the difference between this, restless striving for something more or something better. The difference between that and just a humble contentment with what God has given us right here, right now. Because if we don't appreciate this, we're gonna lose it.
Right.
It's not gonna.
And what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If we can't enjoy what we have in the present moment.
Right.
So we have a few things, practical things. I always like to give you some practical things to do to kind of make this real for you, and obviously apply it the best way that it does to your life. But we just had a few things that we thought of that can really help us embody this different attitude, set a different tone for this Thanksgiving season.
Right. And I think the first step, like with anything, is acknowledging, right? So you have to acknowledge your thoughts, own the ways that discontentment is seeping into your thoughts, into your beliefs, and into your actions.
Yeah.
And then after you recognize it and after you own it, stop doing it, right? Stop comparing to others. Stop comparing to this unrealistic ideal that you have in your head, and start being content and being thankful and perhaps being others-minded and thinking about, how can I be praying for each of these people around my table instead of how can I seek them in a way where they're not going to argue. Be more of that content spirit at your table.
And then take the time to think those things, but also it's really powerful to write those things. What if we were to write even on place cards, like something we're thankful for about that person,
I love that idea.
Or speaking it is even more powerful too. So particularly with a spouse, tell your spouse what you're thankful for and verbalize that, because that can be so influential and can go so far in just changing the atmosphere of your relationship.
Right. And then as you're approaching the day of, that gratefulness, just resting in that and seeing what that does for your purpose. How can we re-find our purpose this season, that it's not just about what we serve or who is there, who isn't there. It's about how we're loving others like Jesus loves us.
It's changing the focus from the temporal, the right now, to the eternal.
Right.
How is this going to matter 50 million years from now, when we're in eternity? And so just really shifting our focus, whether it's the people that we're gathering with, whether it's our spouse that we're sitting next to, how are we seeing them through a heavenly lens?
Yeah,
And that really can do a lot to give us more grateful hearts.
absolutely.
Still hard, but it makes it a little easier.
Right. So we hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Be looking for what's coming next. We're really excited about
Yes,
what's coming
so
next.
excited.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.